Same as example 1, examples 2 and examples 3 are going to ask you the same thing, but just give you different information. In example 1, we had a table of values. Now we have graphs. But the idea is the same. So in A, starting in the inside, can you figure out what g of 2 is? Well, if I look on my graph, here's the point. When x is 2, on g of x, I have 2, 0. So does it make sense that g of 2 is 0? Because when I have a function and I write it g of 2, maybe I'll just write this down. Sometimes it's helpful. This is saying when x equals 2, what is y on g of x? What's your y coordinate? Now you know from function notation, when you started learning function notation, your teacher would say, well, f of x is just another way of saying y. And g of x is another way of saying the y coordinate. And h of x is another way of saying the y coordinate. But it allows us in function notation to have different equations or different graphs. And so when I'm trying to figure out what's g of 2, g of 2 is saying, well, look at when your x coordinate is 2, what's your y coordinate? And so here on my g graph, which is the blue graph, I have 2, 0. So g of 2 is 0. Then I have f of 0. And now f of 0 is saying on your red graph, on f of x, if x is 0, do I have that point? Sure enough, here it is, 0, 1. So f of 0 is going to equal 1. And so f of g of 2 is going to equal 1. And g of f of negative 1. So now, first of all, I'm going to put negative 1 into f and find its y coordinate. Well, that's right here. I have the point negative 1, 0. So this becomes g of 0 and now I'm plugging 0 as my x coordinate into g of x, and I look on my graph, and on g of x I have 0, 4, so this is equal to 4. So for you, it's about really, the math is not very hard, right? Can you find points on a graph? I'd ask you that in grade 8 and grade 9. If you know the x value, can you find the y value? Not very hard. What is always the hardest part about learning something new in math is understanding the notation and what it's asking you. Once you understand the notation, then the questions are going to become really easy, right? But if you don't know the notation, it doesn't matter how easy it is, right? It would be hard for you. Okay.